Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, everybody, for inviting me to speak about the mobility solutions we put on the market 2 years ago with Peugeot. I'll start by reminding you what the MU project is, because you might not be all aware of it, and so I'll just explain you what it is. How does this work? Yeah. So the general background for MU, and I thank Mr. Isaac for his presentation, because these kind of data are very interesting for us to build the future of the things that we're going to put on the market. So we're listening to what the sociologists say and to look at how people live. So in the field of mobility, and with a growing share of the population on Earth living in cities, we know that customers' expectations are moving fast. I think you all heard the figures saying that it's been since year 2007 then we reached the point that more than half of the population on Earth live in urban places, which is the first time in history, and this proportion of people living in cities is growing every year. So this means that more and more people, a higher proportion of people are living in cities every year, and that obviously has an impact of how people which kind of mode people choose and select to go from one point to another. So we're looking at these kind of things. People, so the expectations are moving at the pace of our society, with the internet, of course, which plays a very important role on mobility, and with the new technologies. We talked about cell phones earlier, but there are also electric technologies in mobility that come up and change the habit of people. And people want all-inclusive services. That's what they want. So in terms of mobility, what we see is that urban population is moving from owning logic to using logic. Instead of owning a vehicle, people speak more and more about what benefit in terms of usage you're going to have at using a vehicle. People expect to have fluidity in multimodality. You don't need a large car every year through that you're going to use with your family only 1 or 2 weekends a year. So they're wondering what the appropriate vehicle is for every specific journey they're going to have to take every day. People have a higher environmental consciousness, of course, and they search for budget optimization. So in this background, we launched the MU project back in 2010 to answer to these phenomena. We had several assets with Peugeot, which are quite unique and helped us to build this project. The first one is that we are the only manufacturer that has this wide range with Peugeot, going from bicycle to small utility vehicles. Of course, with cars, any type of cars like large MPVs, coupe cabriolets, small urban cars, and scooters, of course. We are the only one that have this range of vehicles and service. We are present in 160 countries with 10,000 contact points, and we're proud to announce that we have 200 years of history since we celebrated the 200th anniversary of the brand back in 2010. And our motto is to combine rigorous standards and exciting ideas all over the world. So Peugeot continues its development with the ambition, and this is a strong strategic priority for our board, to become a leader in mobility services up to 2015. And at the head of this ambition is the mobility service we call à la carte, and I'll explain you why, MU by Peugeot. Plus, we are introducing what we call the triple play, electric triple play with Peugeot. We are the only one, of course, to have this triple offer of having an electric bicycle, an electric scooter that is going to be on the market in springtime this year, and an electric car, the Peugeot Ion. Just one bracket I opened about the electric bicycle, because the first question that comes very often when I speak about that is what the interest in terms of environment of having an electric bicycle. By definition, a bicycle is not something that is emitting anything, so how can you want to pollute less? The interesting thing about electric bicycles is that when people think about going from one point to another with a bicycle, then they'll do it for small distances with no effort, no big slope, and no big effort to make. An electric bicycle, I don't know if you had the opportunity to try one day, you feel like you have a hand pushing you in the back. And so the effort is smaller than with a traditional bicycle. That's what is interesting in it. So we believe that electric bicycle can also promote soft ways of moving. So the concept of MU is that you might need a vehicle for punctual usage only. You might need, for instance, a roof box to go on holiday and take things that you don't usually take with you every day. You might want to treat your lover with a cabriolet on Valentine's Day, or to use a vehicle, a utility vehicle to move, or a scooter for a meeting. So MU by Peugeot is your solution. What you do is you go on the internet and you book. You have an account and you put the money, and you put exactly the amount of money that corresponds to the need to the vehicle you're going to use. There's no subscription. It's very free, very fluid, and you book in advance and you go and pick it up. Maybe more than words, I'll show you a movie that explains the concept. It was on air in French cinemas. Maybe you've seen it in your countries. I don't know. Can we see the movie, please? Thank you.
Hello. How can I help you?
So I think you grab it. It's quite easy to understand. So this shows you the process on the web. You go on the internet websites, and these are snapshots of the screens on which you can book your vehicle. You pay on your account, and you can have a scooter, of course, and then you go to the MU point of sale and pick up your vehicle, whichever you chose. So where are we now? So we launched it in 2010, and we're rolling out, and of course it's growing very fast because it's new. We're now present in 8 European countries, you can see on the map, and we are glad to announce that we've got 10,000 clients today. And 84 sales points, and we are aim at doubling every year in the next few years coming. I'll make a focus about the two wheels with MU. In every MU point, you understand it's the concept. You have the offer of the Peugeot Vivacity, which is a 50cc, and a Satellis or a Tweet or a City Star, which is a 125cc. The figures for 2011 is the share of scooters rental in the MU turnover is 2%, but the share of scooters on the rental days, because of course a rental day for a scooter is cheaper than one for a car, weigh 5%, and 5% is the way we have in the sales in France. If you look at how many cars we sell and how many scooters we sell, then 5% is the proportion. So we did not expect this figure to be as high for scooters as what we see here, specifically because today the point of sales of MU that we have are not very well in the city centers, they're outside the cities. This is one of the development axes that we have for the next coming years to get inside the cities. So we expect this figure of 5% of the share of rental of scooters to rise. And we understand that this corresponds to a demand that people have. And of course, in 2012, excuse me, we're going to introduce the new range of Peugeot with, of course, the electric scooter e-Vivacity, the new Satellis, and the three-wheel Metropolis project that we're going to launch.